What'll it be?
I'll have to go with the painful way.
How's it going, everybody? We're back with a little bit of Hades. It's gonna be noodling around, doing some runs before our Unicorn Overlord stuff tonight. Nothing big. Just making a little bit of progress. As we do, are we trying to finish this out? I guess we're trying to finish this out. Finish this. We are on the
Let's go, Coronacht.
gloves. We're taking the aspect of Zagreus, which we've maxed out, so just noodling around with that stuff. We will take 2 points. Get Jury summons, and we'll take... Ugh. I guess we'll take that. All right, let's go.
Let's get to work.
See if we can get a positive run on the. Interesting.
I've been waiting for a special moment to confess my great appreciation for your deeds. This moment's special enough, isn't it?
I guess.
Ooh, good.
I do like the cast for her, but Heartbreaker seems pretty good.
These fists are going to do the talking soon.
Easy peasy.
I'll be leaving shortly. Right.
There's so much insufferable
Ares,
talk
eh?
here, my kin. It is quite the relief to focus on much more important things with you.
Well, sure. Get some HP, shall we? Sure.
Much better.
Easy peasy.
Hello, Your Highness.
Hey, sir.
You know, Prince Ed, you really have a look about you that you know exactly where you're going as of late. I used to think you weren't near as comfortable in your own skin.
It's fair.
Well, you were right. I was never comfortable performing Father's routine Tartarus inspections. Though those responsibilities of mine didn't last long.
Big surprise.
Nor did we have much opportunity to chat back then. But hey, you always struck me as a decent sort. Wasn't accustomed to your father's henchpeople greeting me with a smile.
We'll go with darkness.
Got just the thing.
A pleasure.
Godspeed.
Ooh. Hammer. This becomes a flying kick. That deals damage twice. Additional 5 base damage for each consecutive hit on a foe. Yeah, let's try that.
That's it.
Ah! More of the stuff. Well,
All right, Doomstone. Stay dead.
Jesus. Why is he shooting so many beams? Oh, it's horrible.
Yeah, that thing.
Horrible.
Let's break some hearts.
Horrible, Otis.
Crushed.
Oh, wait, what is this? Ooh. You gonna play what? Dome. Do it. Oh. Well, damn.
What's your rush there, boy?
Caught out. Got to hold on.
How many times?
Not too bad. Sniping seals. Sounds pretty fun. We want the thingy. What? The Navy SEALs? Navy SEALs are the boats. Yes. Yes. Yes.
You found me Artemis.
Not everybody on Olympus is a total
Marines
disappointment,
are
Zagreus. Well,
technically
someday maybe you could meet Callisto.
technically
She goes
everything
hunting
is a
with me
little
all
bit
the
of
time.
everything.
But you don't see many wooden nymphs down there.
Yeah, that's the Navy. Navy. No, that's Chair Force. Sorry to any Air Force members out there, but that's the. I guess in fairness, every single branch of the military has their own like little, name like the Chair Force. I'm just most familiar with Chair Force. Marines are typically touted as they are the fancy dressed ones. Marines. Okay, I'm gonna speak out of turn here because I do not remember all of my history. The Marines started as the infantry of the Navy, right? The concept of the boats land and the Marines come off the boats, right? But Marines are their own military branch, and unlike the Army, they tend to be more special engagement scenarios. Right? They're a smaller branch of the military, and they're supposed to be like specialized, like Vanguard, Special Ops. Huh? I think that's Army. Army? Well then it might be Marines. I don't know. But so the Army is the general forces, right? So the main actual portion of the military would be Army, but Army also specializes in all of the ground vehicles, artillery, that type of stuff. Marines are, and again, I'm speaking out of turn here because I don't know all of the information of the military branches. This is just randomly pieced together stuff. Marines are a smaller force that are like more specialized. Like when you think they send in someone, they send in the Marines, right? Like, yeah. Sure, we could just look it up online, but I'm not gonna do that. Okay, we want. Right. Don't care about that ping. Alright, we want to re-roll this, because we want the...
Hate to be ungrateful
shoot the
here.
things. Ooh. I would love to go Deadly Strike, but... would really rather have the...
Let's see what else.
Damn. One of the thingy bopper. I guess we'll do that.
Time to hunt.
Alright, Otis. Wish me luck. I need to not get popped by
Hey there,
Megara.
I have been longing for a fairer fight with you. Maybe that's why you signed the pact. To pity me.
I have my reasons. Pitying you isn't one of them. Although I guess you don't believe me, do you?
If it's punishment you want, how am I to say no?
Giggity.
Come, sisters. You want a taste of this?
Ah!
Make you suffer. Here then. Not in darkness.
Ow.
Not again.
Took more damage than I needed to, but less damage than was gonna be a problem.
Got you. Found you.
Odorous Bombodorous.
I'll just be a moment, Father. Nowhere to go but up.
Educating yourself on the Marines
Thank
now.
you.
Damn. That was a teaching moment. That was an opportunity. Can't believe you've done this. I can very much believe you've done this.
Skull crushers. Good enough to eat. Palmed up.
Armed up, motherfuckers.
Now what?
Oh, definitely Eurydice.
Onward.
If we get lucky, we can get purple on our back.
You look like you're in a rush, though there's always time for a quick snack, right?
Always time for a quick snack, absolutely.
That one's on me.
Really hit the spot.
Nice. Very, very happy to have purple there.
Take care.
See
Huh?
you.
Odious.
Death approaches.
Death has arrived.
How's it going, Thanatos?
What do you
Danny
say we deal some
Toes.
death together, Zagreus? All of you, prepare to die again.
Excluding me, I hope.
It's over. That one was mine. How about you? Dead. Time is up.
Fuckers.
All set.
Chamber
In the
security.
name of Hades.
Assholes. I do enjoy...
Save some for me next time.
I won't do it. I do enjoy how silly and aggro this particular accessory allows me to play.
You two ready for me then? In the name of Hades.
Oh, come on. Here's the thing. That in this hero.
Suffer. Gods grant me strength.
Probably.
Hang power. All right, let's catch some fish.
Let's catch some fish.
Got a bite. A Slavag.
Yeah. What? What's going on about? No.
Ready for them. I'll just keep this on me.
Well, fuck. There we go. Oh, goodness. Not looking forward to the worm.
If only you knew just how I feel, Ernie.
If only there wasn't fucking lava everywhere.
You and me, sad Hydra Head.
Should not have taken that last hit. Thought I was gonna kill him.
Done bashing heads for now.
But
5-second rule.
ow!
That was 5 seconds, right?
Deals. Fine, it's fine. We're not done with this yet.
Which to
We're
choose?
not. We need several floors, actually. 23 encounters.
To the top.
Okie dokie.
Got it.
Would love another hammer.
The dead must have it pretty good up here. Yum.
Ooh, we take nectars.
Time to collect.
Ooh.
Sure, why not?
Don't make me laugh.
Let's make this quick.
At least
Worthless
they
wretches.
killed themselves on me.
I'll hang on to these.
Yes. Goodness gracious. What the fuck? I hate the Elysians. Not sure why my fist didn't connect with him, but okay.
Let's go
Yikes.
up to the surface, boss. Might suggest you be very quick about it, and might give you this.
Let's go, let's go.
We're gonna need to buy some fucking Death Defiance, it feels like.
Secrets of the Twin Fists.
Interesting.
Need all the firepower I can get. Hit the spot.
Definitely this one.
can't do, sir.
Something need cleaning up. Coming! Oh, nice one! Hope I can help!
See you at home?
Yikes.
Farewell for now, sinister ball of butterflies. In the name of Hades.
Ah! Damn it.
No thanks.
Good dice. Jeez! Ugh.
Just a bit longer.
This is gonna be painful. Not as painful as I thought it was gonna be, actually.
The power of the gods.
Ay, ay, ay.
What
None of
lurks
this
in the
is
river
coming
Lethe?
together how I want it to.
You're mine. That's one more fish for me.
One more fish for me. Ugh.
Chariots.
Pressing. Crikey.
Stay dead.
Yikes.
Should be useful.
Oh, goodness. I guess. I'm not looking forward to this.
I have to pick a side.
Thank you. Yeah, you gonna be mad.
You shall not goad me into anger with a petty insult such as this, you know. Nevertheless, there is a price which must be paid
Oh, really?
for it.
He'll get over it.
Fucking hell, why?
I'm out.
God. I hate
We are
the
squared away for
chariots
now,
on
though do
fucking
not test my
fists.
patience further.
Yeah, okay. Honestly, challenge this.
This is my fight.
Ugh,
That's better.
that's such a risk. We'll do it. Can we
I
do it
not
without
think so,
dying?
boy.
And actually, we got 64 HP. Can we do it without dying and actually gain HP? Not looking good so far. The answer is no, because we're taking a shit ton of damage all over the place. Fucking hate those guys continuing their attacks, even though
I
I'm
shall
hitting
deal
them.
with you later then.
Oh, God. We got trounced. I don't like fists, yo. That fucking counterattack that they have, I swear to God.
That's regenerating.
Fucker. I hate him. We're not even done. Are you kidding me?
Okay. A palm of power.
Ow. It's not looking good.
Zesty.
It's not looking good at all.
That's a relief.
Ay, this is gonna be fucking rough.
Come forth and die, preferably with some amount of dignity.
I'd rather not.
Now! Hear that, Asterius? Foul demon, or be vanquished even faster than you've come to expect.
What? the hitbox on that?
He thinks that he can vanquish us, Asterius.
Love if you get off of him.
Asterius! They love us, Asterius! No, Asterius! What now, filth? Are you prepared to be sent screaming back to the hellish darkness?
I'm not. I'm really not.
I see you, fiend!
Ah! Real. Real. Really, really?
That's it, fiend.
Alright, sir.
By the power of Olympus!
Whose side is he on?
Take this! Fiend, you are unfit to walk these hallowed passageways.
What? What?
Stand and fight!
Sir. Sir. Oof.
That'll do.
Not a great run.
Until next time, good shade.
Can we pull it out? Question marks abound. Well, we definitely want to swap off this. We want to take Acorn, maybe? Or Tooth, since we're missing a Death Defiance. What does that give us? 100. Acorn.
All set.
Acorn feels like the safe bet.
I can use this.
Ugh.
I can do this again. Check.
Really getting bodied.
Shiny.
Shiny. Otis, it's shiny.
Could use the rod of fishing there. they've got one. Looks like a gup.
A gup.
Lots on offer here.
1,200. Get that. I would potentially like to get 5 per hit and increased area. I might just try to trade one of those out. We'll go for more HP.
What?
Yikes. Hey, well, kind of an Artemis build. I wanted it to be more of an Artemis build than it is. How's it going, Nightcloak? I've not had the greatest luck in said run. Ooh.
Come. How many more of these are
Oh,
there?
God. What? I got shot in the face. Holy crap. I don't even want to say I'm rusty. I just, like... I don't like gloves, and this build does not come together. We're gonna buy this before I die. And we're gonna buy this with the hopes that it gives me something
Random enchantments.
better. Flying Cutter? Rolling Knuckle. Ugh. Satyr and Big Rats. It's also like when they have armor, exactly. Them having armor is just so fucking painful. So, Dash Strike is added to the attack sequence, and we can charge up our special. Well, that's fun. That's also okay.
These tunnels.
Oh, we're about to get bashed. About to get bashed so bad. I shouldn't have bought that stuff. Yikes. Yeah, a little bit of range. Not a fan of that. I was gonna say I'm a fan of the dash strike being added to the combo. I like that, especially when it does more damage. This is gonna be rough. Christ almighty. Cool. Try to isolate them down before they can... Nope. That's true. I do still have some death defy, which I'll need. Actually, I don't mind this. I actually really like the charge if I had a whatchamacallit build, if I had a special build.
Ares, war is inevitable.
Phew.
Yikes. I mean, take it. Oh god, I was really hoping that was gonna be the end. It was not. It was not! Please be the end. Please. Please. I can't see the ground! I don't know what's in here because I can't see the ground!
Can't do that.
Yikes. No. I hate having no amount of, like, range. Christ. Please be the end.
Satyr sack.
Thank you. Thank you.
Last time your father and I spoke, he told me I was all washed up. Can you believe the nerve of it, nephew? Why, he took the words right out of my mouth.
Did he? Oh, goodness. Alright. Almost back to full. Still have a Death Defiance.
Oh, Cerberus. I'll take this one.
Right? Yeah, that's a very Olympian thing.
The power of Olympus.
Alright.
Vigilant Cerberus
I
decides
can
to look
beat
the other way this
Hades
once.
if I don't play like crap. I've been playing very aggro.
Bye for now, boy.
I need to dial it in. Just regular Hades. It'll be fine. Hopefully. I just got an on-play hype.
Hate to keep you from your parchment
I
work.
gotta get that fishing spot. Yeah, especially since it's such a long time between play sessions for me, I have a habit of going really aggro whenever I come back to the game, and it gets me fucked up.
Darkness. Darkness.
Those hits do a lot of damage.
Darkness. 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 Now. Darkness. Darkness.
Behold the violence.
You and your relatives. Darkness.
Got you.
Okay. I feel more confident in this
Come on.
because I can just do this. I can actually play the game if if I'm not going aggro.
Every one of my defenses once again.
Goodness gracious.
Done.
Alright. I was a little worried about halfway
Saying to
through
Hypnos
that run, and I was like, is this gonna be the first,
My
like,
father's name.
failure in a while? Well, definitely would not call that clean, but
I know you're out there,
yes,
fish.
nonetheless. I hope we get something else next time. Like,
I caught a bass.
one of the 3 weapons that I'm into, rather than one of the 3 weapons that I'm not
Off
into.
on Shudder.
Having ventured successfully much farther than before, the surface-seeking prince encounters setbacks far too hideous to be described.
What? What do you mean too hideous to be described? I need details, narrator. This is bullshit. Alright.
Wonder if I can get out even faster.
Well, how often do you consult these lists you make? If you're spending too much time just making lists, you're not leaving time to get anything done.
Aren't making lists doing things?
My lists. I always illustrate the edges. Each one is unique. That way, anyone who gets to review the work, it's a whole experience, you know? But I guess it does take up a lot of time.
No, you keep doing you, Hypnos.
You'll have to work around the constraints of your responsibilities. You do take breaks, don't you? Before and after each break, maybe that's a time to make sure your own list of priorities is up to date.
Wait, my own list of priorities? But you're saying I could just go and make a list for me? Huh. Oh. Whoa.
God damn.
If that'll be all.
Your Highness.
How's it going, Achilles?
Ready yourself, lad, and give it
How's it going,
another
Mara?
attempt.
How are you up to? Or how are you up to? What are you up to? How are you doing? God, my brain. Gonna be
Take care, sir.
a day. It will be a day.
There you are.
Cerberus can...
Welcome
Papa?
home, boy. You're late for dinner. Or breakfast, or whatever blasted meal's next.
You don't know what blasted meal is next, Hades?
That's all right, Father. I'm not feeling very hungry at the moment.
I've asked repeatedly for the construction of a sundial, but every time they tell me no. Can you believe it?
You don't have sun. So why would you need a sundial? Wait, are you making a joke? That's so out of character.
Hello there.
You doing all right? You're going to bed in a bit? Nice. I would not mind the bed. Mine self. All right, seating luxurious. We're just going down the list.
How about this, contractor?
Doing pretty okay. I needed a nice reset this weekend, and so far it is doing all right. Earthy rug.
Let's go with this.
See how this earthy
fine
rug
hallway
works.
requires a fine
Almost
rug, I
1
always say.
a.m. Oof. Yeah. Okay.
Say it
Definitely
sometimes.
about time.
You
I
can
like
make
that. That's
better
okay.
use of your limitless time.
If there's
About
a finer rug to set back
sanguine.
there, I'll likely end up getting it as well.
Ooh, that's nice. That's nice.
Let's do it. Oh, we absolutely need to get this rug. Right over there.
Oh, leave the blasted rugs alone for once.
That one's just okay.
Here you go.
Try the chthonic
By my
rug.
decree, this house is not a house without this rug.
Well, I do like that. That's nice. Doesn't really match, but, you know, take it. Some roses.
A nice floral arrangement to
Lilac.
lighten up the mood a little bit.
You are too kind.
Oh, shit.
You would associate my house with flowers, boy.
About
Well, I don't
roses.
see why not. I'm sure
Your
nobody's
troubles
going to
falling
mind
asleep
some
always
lovely
had.
flowers there.
Probably
It
be
is
another hour.
appreciated,
Oh,
child.
no. Oh, I like those. Those are good.
That is no place for flowers. Clean that up.
Here's the commission. One more embellishment to the
I
old
am the
house.
exact opposite. I am one of those people that can go, oh, it's time for sleep. Sleep. Boom. I can walk into a place, lay down, generally. Sometimes I have trouble sleeping, obviously, right? But generally, I can walk into a place, be like, it's time for sleep, close my eyes, go to sleep.
Let's go with this one then. These decorative laurels ought to give us an appreciable touch of dignity, no doubt.
Oh, Oh, I like
You would
that.
squander your earnings on that.
I got colors clashing all over the place.
You have returned.
All over the place.
I remain your humble court musician, Zagreus.
Be awake all night and never fall asleep, and in the morning you never wake up. I definitely have trouble waking up in the morning. That definitely happens to me. But the sleeping,
Nix,
generally,
meant to ask.
that part's
Chiron was there to take
typically
Mother
easy
and me
for me.
home the one time. So has he been working for you? All part of some elaborate plan or something?
Yeah, I have triple alarms that just
Charon
trail
serves
into one
only
another.
this realm, child.
Absolutely.
And he is very trustworthy. I suppose that it is also possible he has some affection for the Queen, if not for you.
It's nice.
Elaborate plan then. Got it.
What are you talking about? Kara and I are like best buddies. Take some
Got you
nectar.
some more of that contraband you like? Don't suppose I could help you put it away or anything?
Look at me, Zag. You think that all these gifts will make things go back to the way they were? They won't. It isn't possible. We may be immortals, but we're older now.
I'd hope we're wiser too.
Ooh, close. Oh, it killed my ability to talk to her. Interesting.
This is my latest haul.
Take some fish. Nice stuff.
We're settled up.
More nectar,
Think I'll
please.
take it.
Love that I've started Dominions again. One of the few videos you watch more than one at a time. Very fair. Yeah. I never really stopped playing Dominions, but about the middle of last year, basically after the Nazca game, I got into a multiplayer game, and that game ended up being
I'm just an old killer.
pretty toxic
treat me like
and
I'm
really
one
kind of like
royalty
killing
around
my
here.
desire
That's about the
to
last thing I
play
would've expected when
multiplayer
first I set
in
foot in
Dominions
this
5
house.
at least. And really killed my desire to post that. Like I started to record some episodes of it, and each time I went to recording it, I was just dreading it. I was like, I don't want to talk about this. This game just makes me feel bad to play. And I didn't even like do badly. I was like at the end game. It's just, and not, it was a very large game. There were plenty of players in it that were not toxic, that were players I would love to play with again. But there were several people around me that were quite toxic, and it was very, very meh to play in. Really killed the mood for me. But with Dominion 6 out, it got me back into the mood, and I started doing some stuff, and then got invited to the content creator game, and so yeah, having fun with that. Looking forward to, I hope looking forward to another like couple of multiplayer games in it at least.
You were a great hero, Achilles. And guess what? You still are. And always will be, if you ask me. You deserve so much better than just this. I wish there was more that I could do.
I think towards the end of Nazca, of recording Nazca, is when I was already in that multiplayer game in real life. So it was already hitting me there. I was already like, I don't know that I'm gonna do more stuff. So yeah, that was probably the reason why. But even Nazca, like that game, it was a very fun game and I enjoyed it, but it was very draining. And then it's always one of those things, well, not always, but for me, sometimes when I hear about like the sequel to a game coming out that's like a, continuous multiplayer or something like that, I'll lose a little bit of drive, because I'll be like, well, I could keep doing this game, but if a sequel's coming out, it feels like things that I'm doing in this game will not be relevant when that sequel comes out. So just the way it worked out.
Thank you, then. And do not worry about me. I'm fortunate to be here. And besides, a teacher couldn't have asked for a better pupil.
Or better pupil.
Other way around.
Alright, we're moving along there. Give another one to Cerberus.
It is my humble duty to oblige.
Fun game,
my
but a bit
favorite
meh
boy
and
with all the
can't
truths
say
as I'm able to
I
procure.
played any part illogically. Favorite part is still when I used my god and just wrecked an army that sieged you. Yes, Frostfather. That was a very nice moment to just be like, oh, you're not prepared for this, are you? The super combatant Frostfather on like turn 19. No one expects it.
Knowing the
that was a good
never-ending
moment for me.
appetite for treats, the prince obliges him.
I definitely could have done, like, I don't think any of my strategic choices, like my diplomatic choices, were, obviously they were a little underhanded, but I don't think any of them were bad choices. It's just I ran out of steam towards the end of the game. I had so many other things that I could have done, but I really, really just kind of like dialed in and found there was probably a good like 20 turns towards the end of that game where I was just like slogging through personal life stuff, which is always a thing that affects these kind of like long-term multiplayer games, right? Is you have to keep up the wherewithal and desire to actually do those things, and it's difficult. So that happens to me at least once every time I play a multiplayer game of any length in Dominions, because I'll go through, you have a lot of steam at the beginning of the game, and then eventually life stuff will happen, or turns will start to just get long, and it'll just be like, oh, fuck. It's painful to do these turns now, or it's just like, oh, I have concepts of what I could do if I really wanted to maximize things, but that's going to take time and effort, so I'll just do this instead, yada, yada, yada. So.
Oh, why? I don't see why not. I mean, it's
happens
not
to
as
me
though I've
basically
got something
every
to do
game.
that isn't that.
At least for like a couple turns here or there, sometimes for like big chunks.
And anyways, I oughtn't have looked back. I mean, the moral of the story is to not look back when you're told not to look back. You understand, don't you, my friend?
That's not the moral of the story.
Don't look back, huh? I'll try not to. Though you can't be blamed for doing it yourself just the one time. What happened to you, it wasn't fair, if you ask me.
There are two interpretations to the story of Orpheus in the Underworld. One is the concept, obviously there are many interpretations, but the two that I take away is one, to have faith, right? That's one interpretation, is you're supposed to have faith that if you do what you're supposed to do, the appropriate thing will happen. And that kind of like doubles into the faith of spirituality and etc. etc. But then I like to buy into the concept of Orpheus did nothing wrong, right? Like his love for his significant other took him into the underworld, and it was his love when he was at the threshold. It wasn't, oh, I don't have faith, or I don't believe, or I'm conceited, or anything like that. It was, what if I walk out of here and she's not with me? What if I'm, right? Like, so I think it's much like many of the Greek mythos, it's a fucked up way for Greek mythology to be
I enjoyed our outing, Zagreus. So I suppose I shall be seeing you around.
Suck it up. Do what you're told. Don't question things. You're not good. You don't got this. How dare you? Fuck your hubris. Like, there's so many of their mythos is so punitive. Keeps not taking me to the right person. Anyways, okay. Orpheus. Oh, we completed something.
Was bound to happen, really.
Nice. We got all the things. Oh, luckily we got all the things, because we weren't going to get all of them. We rolled into them with that last anvil, actually.
Malphon's always there for the direct approach.
Is that all of them now? No, we don't have all of the Daedalus enchantments for the shield, spear, the rail. Interesting. Which is kind of funny because shield and rail are two of the ones that we've done the most on. Oh, yeah, we're saving for 4,000. We're not gonna have anything prepared there. Hey, speaking of which, we get to play with the rail. Very nice. What do we want to do?
See you now for what you truly are.
Oh. I really like Eris. Hestia, I think, is very fun. The sniper shot. But I think Igneous is generally the concept that we enjoy the most. You still don't know if you have the whole concept of Asphodel down, but you find me responding to your comments works wonders, as well as that dude that plays Nabah. Yes, Darkside Cookies. He's a very good player, has a lot of good information. Absolutely. I'm kind of thinking of just doing straight up regular ammo. Could be fun. Let's do it.
Your entire
Just
past.
do a good old regular. I do see that boy. What about him? Did I feed him? I did. Am I not supposed to feed him? I mean, yeah. But how's he supposed to get fatter if he doesn't get any food? Yeah, Asphodel is a kind of a crazy nation. It's not the most complex nation in the game or anything like that, but it is definitely a nation that can give problems if you are not prepared for it, because it has such a weird way of working.
What's life without a little pain?
What's life without a little pain?
Death is inescapable. If you think otherwise, why then, don't let me stop you.
The boy.
Wasn't about to start.
The boy. And immediately we lose our thing. Do we want anything out of him? I've never skipped a thing before, I'm not gonna now.
Doubtless you have seen that we upon Olympus also lend our favor to the mighty Theseus, who bars your passage from Elysium. Now don't you take it personally there, because our blessings go to
If you
all
ruined
who
like
deserve
20 to
them.
25 provinces,
Although
no
we try to save
pop
the
left, what
best for
incentive
you.
do players have in taking them? Well, there's two main incentives. You being a cat and just tapping me? Oh, okay, gotcha. The first incentive is,
Let's make some waves, right, Uncle?
kind of like prevention, right? Like, typically, you want to kill pop-kill nations so that they can't, destroy further provinces, right? So, if you can't kill them early, typically around the mid-game, you'll see a coalition, right? Like, sometimes people will try to kill them early, which is very, very common. Like, one or two people will fight against a pop-kill nation to try to kill them early. And if that doesn't happen, if they make it into the mid-game, then typically if they're in any sort of good position, they will typically get coalitioned so that they cannot further invade someone and destroy a second set of provinces, basically. So that is the main thing that people do from a punitive standpoint. That's the kind of like the incentive is so that they can't fuck up more shit. But the other thing is that they may destroy the population in a place, but they don't get rid of the sites. Like, so the gem income all stays the same, right? And gem income is arguably more important in the late game. Mid to late game, gem important is arguably more important than your regular income. So it can be very worthwhile to invade a pop kill nation just because you want the gems that their provinces provide, or they might have received like magic sites or things like that, you know. Yeah, so sites is the big thing, right? So like in the mid to late game, people will absolutely fight a pop kill nation because they're like, I don't care now. You have 30 death income, and that's what I want that. So yeah, absolutely. Had to remember my button there. Yes, absolutely. Early now, for the right nations, gold is still as important or almost as important as gems in the late game, but gems are so incredibly vital for the vast majority of people in the late game that's what people are fighting over. It also becomes so obviously the incentives of taking your lands are your gem income. But it's also like your placement, your positioning, right? So like, if you as a pop kill nation are positioned very well for a person to grow, even if your lands aren't great, like if you're bordering several thrones, or if you have access to a very good like natural border for them, that can be another incentive to attack someone. We're gonna take Ricochet Fire.
Modified.
Like Ricochet Fire. Like it.
Back.
Nice. We'll try that.
Exclusive access.
Is Asphodel a nation that needs less money, so they handle the population?
You have my attention.
Yes and no. That's part of the awkward bits of Asphodel, is that they actually still really like having gold. Almost walked right into that.
There we
nice.
go.
Yeah, they still need the labs and temples, but castles... Yeah, so you can... Asphodel is one of the weird nations in the game because it still wants gold as a pop kill nation. Most of the other pop kill nations are almost purely based off of gem income. So they summon their own units, they have free spawn, they don't really care about, supplies or things like that. So like Lemuria, middle-aged Urmor, those types of nations don't care about gold the vast majority of the time. They do a little bit, right, because they still want to put up, like, forts and things like that. Asphodel has very good units and very good mages that you actually still want, and they do not transition into a full gem economy as well as the other pop kill nations. So they're this weird in-between where it's like, eventually, you need to move into full gem economy rather than gold economy. But if you miss your timing on that transition, or if you are unable to make that transition, you'll just die. Because you can't afford to summon enough things to make more mages. And with either gems or gold, so it becomes a really big issue. That's actually, I think, one of the easiest ways to beat an Asphodel that's doing well, especially in Dominion 6. In Dominion 5, you could basically roll over them. In Dominion 6, it's they have a much stronger early game available to them, so it can be very challenging to beat them in the early game, but all you have to do is starve them out in the mid game. Don't let them take more land, and eventually they become a non-issue because they'll destroy their own lands and they won't have the gold to continue to produce regular units, and if you starve them out, they won't have the increased gem economy to move forward into transitioning to a full gem economy. Can you get better free units or just mannequins? Just the mannequins. Now, the mannequins are actually really good for a number of different reasons, especially since you can get sacred mannequins and big, like, elephants and things like that. But I would say, like, their free spawn are actually quite good, but a lot of other pop kill nations get things, special summonables that aren't just free spawn. So, and technically Asphodel gets that as well, but theirs are all commanders, so they don't get summonable units, basically. So once again, Asphodel is just in a very strange spot as a nation. That's why it was incredibly weak in Dominions 5. In Dominion 6, it's quite a bit better, but still very challenging to use. Yeah, Nazca has a shit ton of summonable units. Asphodel does not. And there are reasons why, like, I enjoy mods like the Dominions Enhanced mods because I know a lot of people complain about mods, especially things like DE, because they view them as overbalanced, and they are. They're very overbalanced, but oftentimes they are more balanced than vanilla, because vanilla is intentionally designed to have weak nations and strong nations, from like a mythos standpoint. Now, obviously, I think the creators do a good job of managing different things here or there and trying to make things. Obviously, all the nations are playable.
Anyone else?
But there's definitely a situation where, like, certain nations, take MA for example, certain nations are inherently viewed as significantly stronger than others, because they have more tools, they have better path access, they have better base troops, those types of things. So they have better scalability, that type of situation. So I like things like Dominions Enhanced, other full conversion mods that do things like give nations that don't have a bunch of summonable units more summonable units, you know? You are, but it's what I prefer to do. Like, this is actually why I stream. I stream because I like to have people come in here and talk to me about things, whether it's the game I'm playing or not. When people don't do it, when I'm just on my own, I'm more than happy to just sit here and play a game, but I could just do that off stream, you know?
Come on then.
So, like... And from a gameplay standpoint, I don't typically fail.
Blood
Like,
and darkness.
talking to people typically doesn't affect my gameplay. What it affects is, am I playing the game? Because when I get into a conversation with someone in the stream, I'll just sit there and talk to them rather than play the game. But when I play, I'm pretty, like, dialed in.
How bad could it be? You think you can just walk away from here?
Whoa!
Useless.
You're useless. Don't be mean. Alright. I actually don't mind either of these. I'm gonna take Poseidon first because I think Dionysus is easier to play around. I would love to find
none of these.
That. But I would love to find.
Well, way to spoil the feast there, Zag. I mean, come on. I thought it was your mate.
You
Was I
are my
mistaken,
mate.
man?
Calm down. You're not mistaken.
By the way, I guess.
Chill out.
Easy. Nice.
Okay, well. It doesn't work when I just step into stuff. Yikes.
You know what, man? Just forget about what happened, yeah? Because I already did. I mean, it happens,
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, having Asphodel near you is never a thing that you want. Having Asphodel land within 2 provinces of your cap circle, also not what you want, generally speaking. Very rarely is that something that you were looking for.
Let's see what else.
Yeah. I like this.
Totally right, huh?
Yeah, it's, going into a game as Asphodel means you're going to have enemies. Those enemies are going to be whoever your neighbors are. Basically at all times. It's, extremely difficult to play top kill and not expect the people around you to be like, I'm gonna kill you.
Okay.
Nice. You understood what Dark Cookie said? Some people go for a weak Dominion spread, Asphodel, to get more gold, but doing high Dom spread would be so aggressive. Yeah, so you can try as Asphodel to... Again, another way Asphodel is very weird, right? You can try to go for a way in which you... a weak Dominion so that you don't spread your Dominion. The problem with that is it just makes you a weak Asphodel, right? You'll retain your gold for longer, but it won't last forever. And you get more free spawn out of high Dominion locations, and you get better free spawn out of places that have temples. And your temples, obviously, if you have more of those, are going to increase your Dominion. So you have to make a choice there between having a weak Dominion, which is a problem because you're not going to be as strong, but it'll net you more gold. There's a secondary reason why it's a problem, and that's because people who border Asphodel will often build metric shit ton of temples because they don't want Asphodel's dominion to get into their land, so they'll build a lot of temples and have very strong dominion in response if they're not just going to try to kill you, which on one hand can be good because, again, it's going to diminish your dominion. But when you start going in that direction and you start letting people diminish your own dominion, it can be very difficult to get back up to the point to where you don't get dom killed, right? Because dominion can be very finicky, and if you start losing candles rapidly, you can get dom killed, because if in dominions, if you have no dominion, doesn't matter if you have a 400 province empire, if you have no dominion, you're dead. You cease to exist. How do you spread dom? Temples, thrones, your god will automatically give you checks, and then a prophet will automatically give you checks. Aside from that, those are all automated checks. You can preach to preach up your dominion, so anything that has holy paths can preach to give dominion checks to the location that they're at. And that's affected by how high your holy skill is. And then the other thing is certain nations can blood sacrifice. So they can basically sacrifice blood slaves to increase their dominion. And then there are a couple of other like odd things here or there in the game that are like special cases. But those are the main ones.
Set. Olympus, I accept this message.
What's up, Otis? Oh. I like both of these. This is better for now, I think. I'm actually going to take a very quick break. I gotta go pee. So, in a momento, I will be back and we will continue this run. BRB!
Lord Zeus. Of course. All right, one more time.
Stupid boy. You shall never reach the surface. You'll have a better home where you belong, here on Olympus. And to help you on your journey, have my blessing.
The Olympians shall make powerful allies. You can turn back, or I can send you home the painful way. What'll it be?
I'll have to go with the painful way. That was for last time. Lord Zeus. Of course.
Alright, we're back. Let's do this. Do we want... I don't think we want Zeus. You have a very basic grasp of how you create a pretender god? Yeah. Sorry, I gotta kill things. Whoa! choose how early you have the god. Earlier god means you have less points to create plus skills. Earlier god can help early game. Later god is an overall buff, but with a longer time until you see the rewards. Basically, yeah, 100%. So there are 3 variations. You can have a god, an awakened pretender. So that pretender starts turn 1 with you. You can have a dormant pretender, and that pretender will come out in the teens ship typically. It's supposed to be around year mark 1.5, so a little after the first year, a little before the second year is the average. So around turn 15, 16, 17, 18 in there is typically when that happens. It's slightly randomized, so you can't prepare for it. And then imprisoned gods get you the most bonus points, but they come out at around the 3-year mark, so around between turns 30 and 40 typically. So each one is basically a different concept of like what do you need from a perspective for your nation. What do you need for a perspective from me, Otis? Or are you tap-tapping me, huh? Huh?
Good enough to eat.
Yeah. Yeah, probably this.
Better blessing.
Can I help you, sir?
Got you.
Can I help you, sir?
I got a hellfish.
A hellfish. Just gonna go with this.
Delicious.
Yes. Boy, you are just scratching like crazy. You stop that.
Hello, Fury Sisters.
Ready, sisters?
Stop it.
What's the matter, Zagreus? You look a bit uncomfortable. Something you want to say to me? Or any one of us?
Well, it's just... there's something that I wanted to discuss with you at some point, Meg, but after more consideration, I'm thinking maybe now is not the time.
You got it. That's exactly it. Scales are how your dominion affects your provinces. Bless is how, what happens when you put your bless on sacred units.
I understand entirely.
What?
You should know my sisters and I keep no secrets from each other anymore. Isn't that right, sisters?
Well, that's somewhat awkward.
What else? But you can't increase dom spread with scales. Kind of you can. It's an odd scenario. So within the scales options, your dominion strength is part of the scales, right? But so you can put points into your dominion strength from, you have to have 1, you can go up to 10. What that does though, doesn't it's weird. It's weird the way it works, and it's not well explained. So new players often have a problem with this. Is your dominion strength from 1 to 10 on when you pick that from your scales is actually how many candles you can have in a province before that province is maxed out. It's also how many sacred points you have in that province to recruit from. So, for example, your dominion will spread further
faster if you have a lower Dominion strength, but your Dominion will be less powerful. So if you only have like three Dom strength, each time you get a candle, that's the representation of your Dominion, each time you get a candle in a province, it can only go up to 3 candles. Once you generate more, it'll go to a province adjacent, basically, right? Which will spread your Dominion significantly faster, but it will be a significantly weaker Dominion because it won't go as high. As you build temples throughout the game, your Dominion strength will naturally increase, right? So that's just the starting strength that you lock in, but it affects a lot of different things, and it's not always intuitive on how it works. Yeah, so that's in your pretender design when you create it.
Okay.
Okay, well, we don't want companion PD anymore. Or not companion PD. We don't want the shattered shackle anymore. We'll go with the hourglass. Just try to finish that up.
Heading up. Cheers.
Yeah, Dominion's strength and spread is actually one of the weird, like, hard to learn and really compute how it works kind of functions of Dominions.
Good. Night. What do we have here?
Oh yeah.
You dare?
Let's make this quick.
What? Oh, I didn't realize there was a green one. He threw straight. I was looking at lobs.
It seems I need to look for better help.
Mine.
Is Dominion spread just local, so a province that is filled with candles and has all neighboring provinces filled with candles won't help anymore? Or is Dominion a total of the whole realm? So, yes and no. It's more Dominion as a total of the whole realm. So, every temple that you have, every turn will create a temple check. Your god will create a Dominion spread check. Your prophet will create a Dominion spread check. And then preaching will create checks. So, depending on where those checks are located, and how many of them you have, determines how likely it is for a place to increase in a candle. And if that place is full on candles, then that candle can transplant to an adjacent province, I believe is how it works. But, so like, the checks preaching in like a central location where all of the provinces around you are full on Dominion strength is useless. It'll do nothing, basically. But temple checks will generate outwards. So it's dependent on what you're utilizing to create those checks. So your god, your prophet, temples, those are kind of like Dominion as a whole realm. Your preaching locations matter. So you can't just sit all of your preachers in like your capital and be preaching and expect that that's going to fill out your entire Dominion strength. You have to take your preachers to the locations, preach in them, and typically you'll put a lot of preachers on your borders to make sure that your borders maintain their Dominion strength against your enemy's Dominion strength. Because while your Dominion every turn, if you're next to another player's dominion, your 2 dominions are basically facing off to see if you can push one or the other back. God checks, prophet checks, and temple checks are realm-wide. I think we want money.
Get me out of here.
Now, take everything that I say with a grain of salt because I am not an expert player. I've just played the game for a long time. So it's entirely possible that I get some of this wrong. But
all of you,
pretty sure that that is correct. Ow. Not good if I just walk into things.
This won't go on the record.
So filling your realm with temples and preaching of the border where you want to expand is yes, absolutely. If you fill your realm with temples, you're going to spread the hell out of your dominion, which is probably going to piss a lot of people off. Did I not get it? Oh, it was a thing. Gotcha. Guess we want this.
Good.
What is it with Woods and Asphodel? I don't know. It's just certain nations are based off of like all of the nations are based off of like history and mythos and things like that. So the representation that they've created of that Asphodel is not representative of the Greek underworld Asphodel. It's representative of a different scenario. And it's just all about death in the woods. So, yeah, IDK. What do I frickin' want here? I guess let's check Dionysus. I don't actually know what we might want. No. Probably not. Oh, that'd be neat. Hangover effects deal damage faster. So if we get Curse of Agony, Pain, or Vengeance, we could get Curse of Nausea. That'd be interesting. Let's try for that. You mean, how does it work in game? You mainly make forts and woods because you can just make hella expensive palisades? Yes. So yeah, it's basically, Asphodel is very reliant on having forests because their stuff is extremely expensive outside of forests. Like their temples and labs are more expensive outside of forests. And their palisades to buy with gold are super expensive, period. So you want to use gems to summon palisades instead. Yeah, the temples and labs can be... You can make temples, labs, and palisades anywhere with Asphodel. It's just the temples and labs are more expensive elsewhere, and the palisades are super expensive and crappy, regardless of where you put them, forest or trees, or forest or not. So you're highly encouraged to have forest, which is another kind of like buff for the Dominion 6 version of Asphodel versus the Dominions 5 version. Because in Dominions 5, it used to be when the map spawned, that's what the map was. So if you didn't have a lot of forests near you, you were kind of screwed. But in Dominion 6, there's terraforming. So depending on your growth, you will you'll turn provinces into forests naturally over time, which is really, really cool for them. Yeah, very, very cool. It didn't actually work properly in when the game first released. So in the game that I'm playing, up until the point that the patch hits, you'll notice I don't convert any of my provinces into new forests. But after the big patch hits, they fixed it so it converts properly. So suddenly my territory goes from a good amount of forests to a shit ton of forests. Now, only certain provinces can turn into forests. Only plains can turn into forests, right? So it's not like you can turn a wasteland into a forest, but it's a nice bonus, basically. Yeah, temples and labs and forests are cheaper. They're 300 gold. When I can't remember if that is the normal price for places. I think normal price for a lot of places is like 500 gold is like the baseline price for a lot of places. And then expensive tends to be 600 gold. So elsewhere, it's 600 golds for temples and labs, and in forests, it's 300. That could be wrong. I don't remember. I've been playing Asphodel for so long, I haven't paid attention to the price of other temples and labs.
Let's keep it up then.
Let's do it! Curse of... None of these. None of these are the correct thing. Reroll. Let's see if we can get
some other boons instead.
Curse of Pain, I think, is one of those. Yes. So, do that. Check. Again. Yeah, Curse of Pain. So now we just need to find one of them again, and we have a chance of getting that duo. Do they get any other buffs in forests? They get more respawn, more mannequins out of forests than they do out of other provinces, so that's kind of the other buff. But aside from that, no. They also get, this is a unique thing to them, it's not everyone gets this, but every temple that they have gives them an additional nature gem. They're very reliant on nature gems. That gives them an additional nature gem up to their Dominion Strength. So if you have Dominion Strength 10, and you have, is it up to the, that might be partially wrong, I might be misremembering the numbers, but I think it's something like that. So if you have Dominion Strength 7, your first 7 temples will give you 7 nature gems every turn, and most nations do not have that kind of free gem income.
You want the best cooking in all of Asphodel? You know where to go.
Yeah. But that's, again, because they're very reliant on their gem income. That's to try to help aid them. Oh my god, we got it. Heroic. Holy crap.
Ooh, that's good.
That is super good. Yeah. 10. Very nice. 50 damage. Super good.
Farewell, Your Majesty.
Ready.
Didn't see it. Whoops. Later, when I have lots of mannequins, is it better to sort them after what kind of mannequin? Yes, absolutely. So, in the early game, it doesn't matter as much because you kind of sort them based off movement speed, because some of the mannequins are really fast and some of them are really slow. But later on, when you have, so you'll like, here's my slow mannequins, here's my fast mannequins. You'll kind of sort them into that. But later on, when you get more, it can be very important or very useful to sort them by types, because they could be very good for different things. And you might want to try to utilize them in different formations to buff them. So, for example, the elephants, the behemoths, carrion behemoths, are really, really good because they're elephants, right? But they're elephants that have no morale, so they won't rout. They won't run away, which is normally a really bad thing for elephants in Dominions, is because they have very bad morale and they can be routed. They can be HP routed. So carrion behemoths, they're undead. They don't care. They don't make morale checks like that. So it can be really powerful in the mid game if you've got 10 or 15 carrion behemoths to separate them out, have them in a little block that holds, and then buff them up so that they can then go do stuff with buffs. Whereas you just kind of like all the rest of your little chaff, you're like, go do this, go do that, etc., etc. So.
Good enough to eat.
Yes. Splitting them apart for absolutely 100%. Splitting them apart so that you're like, these fast units can rear attack, these slow units can just hold the line. 100% very, very important.
Palmed up.
Palmed up! Alright, let's try to not get absolutely demolished by the Hydra.
What's the matter, Lerner? You seem quite upset.
Oh, I did not realize I was on the edge of that. Trample, does that kill the units you trample or move them? It will do both. It will
should find something good back home.
Each time you trample a square, so a trample check isn't just against a single unit, it's against an entire square. Every unit in that square has to make a check, or they'll take, I think it's they'll take if they succeed, they'll take 1 damage and then they'll get shunted away. If they fail, they'll take a much larger amount of damage based off of the size of the trampler, etc., etc., and also get pushed away, right? So it does a little bit of both.
They're already expecting you up in Elysium.
Damn. Already expecting me, you say? Wait, did we finish our thing? I don't think we did.
Could try a different one.
Getting closer.
Courtesy of the Pact.
I don't remember if it's an armor check or if it's a different check. But there is a check in relation to trample. I don't think it's armor. I think it's a defense check. It's basically like using defense as a dodge check. So if you manage to dodge out of the way, you're good. If not, then you get stepped on, right? I think is the general concept. But I can't... It's been a long time since I've looked up the actual mechanics. This is where I say the concept of, like, careful I'm not an expert player, because I don't have all the shit memorized.
Right there.
Like a lot of people do. Bad play. Bad play. Playing bad. You just chill out. Mosey around, shoot a little bit.
Not a chance. What do we have here?
Gotta chill out. That's very possible. Okay with that.
Let's liven things up.
Hey, Daedalus! Be awesome to have infinite shots.
Stand aside.
What are you? Yeah, trampling high armor units can be a very effective way of dealing with them. Taking unnecessary damage. Don't want any of these. We'll take targeting system. It's okay for slowing things down.
I'll take what's mine.
Yeah, the Asphodel versus Ulm matchup is actually pretty good for Asphodel, especially in the early game. Well, I say in the early game. It depends on how, like, what kind of build you're running.
I'll take it.
Asphodel. So a big thing about the mannequins is the mannequins all have sleep vines. So in addition to their regular attacks, which are very weak and typically ineffective, especially against something high protection like Ulm, a lot of people would be like, oh, well, Ulm's Black Plate infantry can just walk into them and they'll never take damage. But the thing about heavy armor is it's very encumbering, so you take a lot of fatigue while fighting, and the mannequins have sleep vines, so not only will they hit you with very weak attacks that probably won't get through the armor, but they will also use those sleep vines to increase your fatigue. And once you're fatigued out, once your fatigue is over 100, you can't act. You're just standing there basically like exhausted, and all of your stats tank. Well, not quite. It's not quite how that works, but basically you become way easier to hurt at that point, which means in the initial trade, very heavy armored units like Ulm's infantry will do well, but if you have enough mannequins, they'll just basically tire them out. So it's a very good matchup, especially in the situation where I'm in, because I have a very strong bless. So not only do I have the units that will do well, right, like the mannequins will do well trading, comparatively, but also I have other units that are way more killy and can do a very good job of actually killing the stronger infantry, especially after they're put to sleep.
Right on time.
All right, cuz, here's the goods.
It's
Fresh
a very
Take all the
fun
time you need
interaction.
deciding, if you want to be a slowpoke.
Probably just take the dashes.
Time to pick up the pace.
I like dashing. So yeah, any unit for Asphodel, any unit that is dead, undead, right, and has holy paths, so is a priest. Any unit for Asphodel that is dead and holy can reanimate or summon mannequins, basically. And that's how reanimation works for all nations. Any nation that has undead units that have H paths typically can reanimate. So yeah, that typically means those little centaur dudes, or there are 2 other variants that we can get that are also good at it.
Nice.
But if we happen on other things, like there's a summonable unit that can do things like that. One that everyone gets access to, just a death unit. Ow. I'm not dodging very well today.
This soul, thanks.
No, you can stack as many of them in a province as you want. Absolutely. 100%. I actually like Floodshot. We'll do Floodshot. You can have a whole metric shit ton of them. Oh, Mappa ordered food. Interesting. It's only 7. What are you talking about? It's only 7. What are you talking about?
More bright swords.
Now, I keep thinking that's not gonna hit me. Like, I'm not intentionally not dodging it, I just keep misjudging. Dodge slow. Wow, that was a very zoomy attack. Oh, didn't realize there was an archer over here. I'm playing bad. I'm sorry. Mostly to myself. Oh shit. I've been given cheese curds. And pickles. And a burger. Hot damn. And 2 pickles?
That one fully rearmed.
How long have you lived, you think? What is there that I don't eat on burgers? I don't mind tomatoes. Feels wild to me. I mean, I'm getting hit by those guys so much more than I remember them being a problem. Yep, amount of population in the province does not matter. Mm-hmm.
The gods want me to pick a favorite.
Not super excited about either of these.
You're wise to side with me.
How bold of you to throw your lot in with my relatives instead of me, given the choice there, little Hades. But don't you ever bet against this horse.
Typically, it's vinegar. Yeah. I don't know. I want to say, like, I'm sure there are other pickling solutions, but the one that I'm aware of is vinegar. Yeah. All right, Poseidon, please don't kill me.
Didn't have much choice. Okay.
Not too bad. Yeah, I'm a big fan of pickled
Sometimes our tempers get the
foods.
best of all of us. Your fortunate mind didn't get the best of you back there.
That's really cool. Forget.
Place
Yeah.
offers $1 burger.
No. I don't even want that. It'd be one thing if it was a $38 burger because it had like Wagyu or some like a bunch of specialty items or something like that, but it's just a burger that's this fucking tall with like 10 patties. That's why it's a $38 burger, and I don't want that. I absolutely do not want that. I kind of want it. He's definitely about to lose my shit.
That one's rearming. He's fully recovered.
Wow.
The gods have spoken.
Another dumb question. In the Nazca run, I got the sight that trained my units. Was that a game-defining sight or something that...
Hear me on my authority.
Mostly just something that gives a slight edge. Those sights, the sights that reduce conjuration, I got one of those in the Nazca game, I believe. Those sights are incredibly powerful. The sight where you just get experience out of it is useful, but not like the craziest thing on the face of the planet. It does depend on what you have, right? Like if you have a game that has, or if you're playing a nation that has incredibly powerful sacreds that are great out of the gate, or have like a very powerful bless on them, then having something like that can be very good because experience gives your units more attack, more defense, more HP, more strength, more precision, those types of things. So it can be very powerful, but most of the time it's just okay. Oh my god, we can heal.
Good.
Holy crap. I consigned myself to basically losing that Death Defiance, honestly. Might be a good idea to heal again. Actually. I need to finish this run so I can play some Unicorn Overlord. Let's go. We're gonna... We got a lot of money. Exactly, right? So, like, if you get a thing that works really well for your nation, like, I want to do a lot of enchantment, or I want to do a lot of, there's a thing called steel ovens, which reduces the amount it costs to forge things, right? So that's a very popular one, because it can turn any nation into a forging nation. So, those types of things are very powerful.
Here's the fee.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, the Conjuration one is very strong on specific nations because they want to conjure a lot of things, so...
My chariot and I stand ready for you, demon. And I assume Asterius as well.
Ah,
I
gotcha.
feel it in my phantom heart. We shall not fall to you this time.
You know, my opinion of the Macedonian Tau Lambda has fallen precipitously of late. Though perhaps it's not the chariot, but the driver.
Silence! Show me a finer chariot driver anywhere within Elysium. Why, you cannot! I'll run you down for such an insult to my pride.
Of course you will.
Ready.
Right, forgot about that.
Audience. You shall be imminently overrun, I can assure you.
Help me out, Dusa.
Stand your ground, Hellspawn, and I shall run you down or run you through.
Then why would I stand my ground? Seems like a terrible idea.
Just listen to that, friend Asterius.
Now. Ow.
Well, fiend, are you yet fearful for the inevitable end to your foul quest?
You're next, King.
Ow!
My chariot again? Olympus, I require your assistance now.
You monster!
Just had to. What? You spawned on me!
Are you prepared?
Yeah, right. It feels like a real kick in the nuts to have have Dusa help me against Theseus. Absolutely.
I'll just help myself. Showed them who's boss, didn't we, Shade?
Good job, Shade. Yeah, we should be fine. I'm not super worried about this run.
Cut through Elysium. There.
I used to be a big fan when I was younger. I still draw on it all the time for inspiration. But I do not remember nearly as much of it as I probably should have, or probably should.
Lots on offer here. Bite this. It's a scuffer, all right.
I hope you find sleep easily, Maritanapa. I hope it comes very, very easily.
Here goes.
Disney! Well, look. While I agree with you, I also love the film Hercules, so... like, yes, but I'm also not gonna throw shade. Like, are you correct? Yes. Do I still love that movie? Yes.
You're dead. Should help keep me going.
Yeah, Hades is so great in that movie.
Not had enough yet. I'll just take that.
Alright. Let's focus up and finish.
Maybe this way.
Believe in us.
Oh, I hate this stuff.
Oh, wow.
Satyr sack already.
That's amazing. Very nice.
Acquired taste. I'll pay for that. The power of Olympus. What else?
Thus has the prince again persuaded fearsomes.
Lego!
I can go. You're never late, Father.
Alright, Daddy-o. Because he doesn't do anything but stay up here and wait for me.
No matter how quickly you're able to get here, I shall be waiting. Darkness.
I know where you are.
Darkness. Prepare. Darkness.
Why don't you let your wretches rest in peace?
Death and destruction. This shape-shifting of yours won't last for long.
That lasted quite a while. Thanks.
We're not finished.
Ares! War is inevitable.
Not now.
Let's see you run from this.
I'm dodging a massive amount of those. I win.
Blast.
Yay!
I'll keep coming back. The same as you.
Yeah, okay.
Fair. Well.
I mean, we ain't at odds anymore, Dad. Calm down.
In the name of Hades.
Yeah. A very long, clear time. I got Chatty. Hey, our hourglass is done. Nice.
The never-learning Zagreus then carelessly fell off a precipice or something, plunging him into the rapids of the Styx.
How?
Yeah, sure. Sounds accurate. You're just assassinating me out there. Oh.
Thank you, everyone. You're too kind.
You're too kind. Alright, I know we normally go around, but I want to get started on Unicorn Overlord, so I need to eat this burger, take a quick break, etc., etc. So that is going to be the end of this session of Hades. When we kick up next time, we will go through the motions of talking to everyone, do that whole thing. Stream's going to go down. I will be back probably about 20 or 30 minutes to do some Unicorn Overlord. See you then, BRB.
What'll it be?
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.
That was for last time.